What's up, guys? I am in the middle of doing some office work and for some reason decided to make this video right now. I guess to just have a break from actual work. But just wanted to make a video, an update basically. If you've been watching my progress, you'll see that I'm, preparing for a bodybuilding competition. Preparing for multiple bodybuilding competitions. And in previous vlogs I spoke about the fact that I was going to compete with the INBA bodybuilding organization, natural bodybuilding organization. And then a couple of weeks later I decided to do the Musclemania as well as the INBA as well, so two different federations or organizations. And I was going to go ahead with that. So the first competition was going to be Musclemania, which is local show. And then I was going to do the INBA, and my last show is going to be in Las Vegas, which I still have to qualify for, right? So, but that's the overall plan. That's what it's been, for quite a long time now. The past 8, 10, whatever weeks it's been. But anyways, I wanted to make a video at some point, and I guess I'm doing it right now, to say that I am not doing the Musclemania competitions. I'm going to stick with the INBA as I had planned to from the start. Now there's a few reasons for that. The first reason is basically INBA, as I said in one of my first vlogs that I did, INBA have the same drug testing rules or protocols as the IPF in powerlifting, and I do IPF powerlifting, so it makes sense to do INBA bodybuilding. They're kind of aligned. There are always going to be people who are cheating in powerlifting, in natural powerlifting or drug-free powerlifting and drug-free bodybuilding, and it is what it is. Not much you can do, but I would say that in Musclemania, the level of enhanced is actually much higher. I see it on YouTube all the time. People in the Musclemania looking ridiculously ridiculous in all different countries, and all the comments on the threads, on the posts, none of them are positive. None of them are, wow, you've got a great physique. They're all like, wow, this guy's not natural. Wow, look at his growth hormone gut or obliques or whatever it is. I don't want to be in that circle, and it just puts me off, to be honest, and I really don't want to align myself with that type of federation, I guess, or that type of organization, or that type of hate in general. That just the type of lack of respect, like, really. I think the INBA are a very highly respected organization globally. They might not have the same exciting shows, same exciting like smoke and mirrors, but in terms of competition, I would say that it probably has the least amount of politics, and also it's a real competition more so than a show. So I've done Musclemania before. Tell you what, I've done Musclemania in Miami, I've done Musclemania in Las Vegas, and keeping it 100. If you do Musclemania, that's cool. Like, keep doing it. It's fun. I would say it's fun for sure. But keeping it, 100% honest and real, I'm backstage at the Musclemania in Miami 3 years ago, and there's guys smoking. There's competitors who are smoking backstage. Smoking backstage, eating pizza backstage, and acne all over their shoulders and back. You don't see that kind of shit in a natural bodybuilding competition. That does not align with what natural bodybuilding is. First of all, you're not smoking backstage. You might be eating pizza backstage, that's fine. But you don't have acne all over your shoulders, your traps, your back. Like, that's clearly someone who's enhanced. And to see the vast majority of a small collection of competitors, or from a certain country or whatever, looking like that and doing those types of things, it just definitely puts you off. And that type of competitor actually wins shows, like they actually place, which is ridiculous. But anyways, that's one reason. Another reason is I know someone who won the Musclemania, won the overall in a Musclemania competition. Straight out told me that they're not drug free. Oh, well, they are now, but they haven't been drug-free for life. I guess that's an expectation that I have, which most people don't have. But if you're a natural bodybuilder, it means you're a lifetime drug-free natural bodybuilder. But that's just my opinion, I guess. But yeah, like legit had a overall winner. Tell me, yeah, I've used shit in the past. It's no big deal. Um, what's to say they're not using it now? What's to say they didn't use it 6 months ago or a year ago, whatever the case might be? So I just think the whole organization is really shady. I didn't mean for this video to be a hate on Musclemania, but I just wanted to let everyone know that I'm not doing Musclemania. I am going to be doing just the INBA shows, and that's it. You know, having a great physique, getting yourself in the best shape possible, and displaying it in as many ways as you can, whether it's all the competitions that are available, photo shoots, etc. It's exciting, right? So that's why I wanted to compete in Musclemania, but I decided that's not really ideal. Another thing I would talk about in terms of competitions and selecting the right show for you, I guess, is politics as well. So a common trend that I see is basically you're a contest prep coach. You bring 10, 15, 20 competitors to a competition, right? So you're bringing all these competitors to the competition. That promoter will like you because you're bringing lots of money to that promoter. If you're smart enough as a contest prep coach, businessman, etc., to sponsor that show as well, you're giving that promoter even more money. And you're also getting greater exposure to your athletes because this promoter is like, wow, this person's a sponsor of the show. Wow, this person brought 20 competitors and I'm going to make $200 or $300 or $400 per competitor. That's X amount of dollars in my hand, in my pocket. If this contest prep coach comes back with more clients, more competitors next year, they're going to sponsor the show again and they're going to give me more money. So I'm going to make sure, promoter right here, I'm going to make sure that this contest prep coach does well in terms of their clients do well. They win the show or they win their divisions or whatever. Therefore, competitors come through contest prep coach, go to give all this money to the promoter. The promoter ensures that those competitors do well in the show. Outside looking in, wow, these guys won. How do I want to compete. I want to I look like them already. I want to get on stage. You know, maybe I can do this. What should I do? Oh, well, I went to this contest prep coach. That's what I did it. Okay, cool. So, more exposure for the contest prep coach. So then it goes full circle again. New athletes go to the contest prep coach. More money to the promoter. More of those athletes win. And it's just a circle. So if you haven't figured it out, the competitor pays the contest prep coach. The contest prep coach indirectly pays the promoter. The promoter ensures that those athletes do well in the competition, which then makes the contest prep coach look really good and get more clients, which then brings more people to the show for the promoter to make more money. And the circle just keeps going around and around and around. And I see it all the time. You know, I used to be sponsored by a certain company who used to sponsor a show, and I was like, I don't want to be with this sponsored athlete. I don't want to be a sponsored athlete of this company anymore because, you know, they're a major sponsor for the show, and I don't want to win because I'm aligned with them. I want to win because I deserve to win. Now, winning and deserving to win is one thing because, you know, there's always going to be politics. Bodybuilding is a subjective sport. Not every judge is going to like you. It is what it is. But having to suck up to judges and stuff to get the result that you want, no one really wants to do that, but it happens all the time. And dealing with the politics of, you know, people sponsoring shows, getting lots of athletes to go in there, promoter makes more money, they need that business to keep flowing. That 1000% happens. I know of some organizations who do not let, if you sponsor a show or you have athletes competing, you're the contest prep coach, they do not let you be on the panel of judges or have any affiliation with that as well, because they want to keep it as fair as possible. But there will always be that slight little bias towards that. I mean, because if I know if I'm a promoter, best way to make more money is to get lots of athletes coming through one company. Wow, why not? And then maybe another company, and then maybe another company. And if there's like 100 athletes in a show and they're all getting prepped by 2 or 3 or 4 teams or whatever, those teams are going to stay in the limelight and make their cash, and then the promoter's going to benefit on the back end. And that's just how it is, and maybe that's part of the reason why I'm not doing Musclemania, who knows. But anyways, that's what I wanted to let you guys know. Sorry if this video is negative, or if it seems hateful in any way, or if it upsets certain people. If it upsets you, hey, it's just, I'm keeping it real, and if it upsets you, then you might be guilty of the things that I mentioned. But anyways, INBA is where it's at. There are groups and teams or whatever in that organization too. It is what it is. It's all part of the game, I guess. But that's it, guys. INBA is where I'm at. So my first competition will be, my prep thing says 10 weeks out or whatever. It's actually 11 weeks out. So instead of doing that first Musclemania show, I'm actually going to book a photo shoot instead and do a photo shoot. And then my first show will be the state titles, Queensland state titles with the INBA. Then the next one will be nationals if I qualify, when I qualify. And then I'll do another Brisbane Vegas show, and then I will do the one in Las Vegas. And that is a wrap, guys. Hopefully, maybe you learned something from this video. Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, speak to you guys soon.